to another stream by Ash from Network Studios. What you are watching on Network Studios, which is obviously a channel on YouTube called Network Studios. You get the point anyway. Let me just invite this dude to party. Ash. It's Ash from Network Studios. He runs it. That's why they call him Ash from Network Studios. There's no need for that. What? Hanging about like that? Nah. Yeah, guys. So I stumbled upon Ronnie Pickering the last couple of days. Now I had sort of seen this before, but I didn't really take a lot of notice of it. And for whatever reason, I decided to. Well, it came back to me when I saw it on TV. Ronnie Pickering. I saw it on TV on one of them fights programs, you know, where they're going on about like incidents like on buses and things like that. And Ronnie Pickering, like that video got like featured on that TV show. It put me back into it, and of course you get all the people making the vines, you know, like them like funny videos what people make, you know, like what they did. Yeah, what they did with breakfast, and you know, where it'll like play a song and then it'll like replace the word with breakfast. Well, they've done the same with Ronnie Pickering, and I think Ronnie Pickering has to be like the funniest type of like Vine whatever videos to watch, and they actually like. I think they fit more than some of the other ones that you see, like the breakfast one, and then there's also I do not associate with do you know what. And then there's some other ones as well to do with different things. The Sounds Like Music one is quite good. They're quite funny to watch. I like them ones. But the Ronnie Pickering one is the most favourite one. However, it's kind of moved away from Vines now. And I actually found a remix on Facebook. Like someone remixed a full-on like funky house track with Ronnie Pickering. Hi, I saw the new Derek and Noreen show. Oh, did you like it? I'm intrigued to know if you liked it. If you thought it was quite funny. So yeah, I went on to remixes, and this remix was actually, you know, like it was well put together. Like, you know, whoever like came up with the idea to remix it, like they got it quite good. And then they said go to more on SoundCloud, but I couldn't remember the name of the dude who made that song for his SoundCloud, so I just decided to type Ronnie Pickering into SoundCloud, and you'll actually be surprised like what actually comes up when you actually type it into SoundCloud. I've actually found some pretty funny ones. I think there was this one. Yeah, this one. So yeah, that's kind of like a baseline one. Then we've got like a dubstep one. Then we've got a house remix one. There's some quite funny ones actually. I thought it was quite funny to me, quite funny to watch. But the vines are funny as well. They're like Spider-Man. You know when that girl asks who he is, and then it goes Ronnie Pickering. Ronnie Pickering instead of you know instead of the real girl or whatever. That one who played in Spider-Man, I've forgotten her name, but do you know what I mean? Then there was one where it was naming all the Teletubbies, and then the red one said Ronnie Pickering, and there was also one for Peppa Pig as well, where the Daddy Pig said Ronnie Pickering instead of Daddy Pig. And then I think there was also one for Power Rangers, and the red Power Ranger was Ronnie Pickering, like when they're all forming from the normal people to the. You know, I wonder what the story behind Park Drive is. What do you mean the story behind Park Drive? Do you mean like why we started it? Like what inspired us to make it? Do you know what I mean? Like that thing. I'm just about to go over to Park Drive neighbourhood. I literally just started the stream. I wasn't really sure. I wasn't too sure what I was going to do. Oh, you mean, how we started Park Drive? Park Drive wasn't actually my idea to do Park Drive. So pretty much, the reason what inspired us in a way, I guess, to do Park Drive was NTV styled videos. Now, I originally did NTV styled videos in the past, but on my old channel, and that old channel got suspended for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it was due to an argument that I got into with Pro Gaming and Tom Coombs over Dunkers. I don't know if that's what finished the channel off, or what.
What's that?
You know, when we had a fallout about Dunkers.
The bullshit, yeah.
And then that DTV, and I made videos about your YouTube's channel, and then you made a video about mine. Well, I don't know if that finished the channel off, and it kind of put me off doing NTV videos on this channel, so I just did a lot of streaming, and, you know, that's all I really did, to be fair. And then I decided to myself, I gained quite a few subs on this channel. You know, it was getting quite high, and I thought I should do some NTV styled videos again. So me and Martin were kind of deciding what to do. And we first off tried making a cooking show, which absolutely failed. I was just meant to put some funny voice on and pretend to do a cooking show. And then pretty much that didn't really work out. We were thinking, and then Martin just kind of came up with the idea and said, well, let's film like a role play drama style show in you know, with this neighborhood. And I wasn't too sure at first. Like, I was thinking, like, is this really gonna work out? And then I filmed episode 1, and you know, it wasn't too long, but it was all right, if you get what I mean. And I just kind of grew on it, and you know, we've kind of more or less, in a fashion, done it really ever since. You know, not really. It kind of just stuck with us, apart from when I ran short on actors last year and I had to stop the show, but then I obviously brought it back. So other than that, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Where, you know, how to, you know, that's kind of how it started, but it wasn't really my idea. It was kind of more Martin's idea in a way, but at the same time we were both looking for something new and challenging to do, and I think Park Drive definitely gave us a challenge. Park Drive definitely gave us a challenge, and stuff like that. But the Derek and Noreen show was fun to film last night. That was
Is that why you kept inviting me, Ash?
No, because at first we were going to do Park Drive, but then, like, people didn't come on.
Messaged me.
Yeah, like, people didn't come on. Like, I invited Martin. I forgot Martin was at football. And you know, I invited a couple of people like CJ and stuff like that to do Park Drive. And to be honest, like, me, Ben and Ant and Amir, we were kind of in the mood for doing a Derek and a Noreen show. Like, as much as we wanted to do Park Drive, we kind of didn't want to do it at the same time, because we wanted to do a Derek and Noreen show. So we thought if no one didn't come on by a certain time, then we'd do a Derek and Noreen show instead. Yeah, so I've got a little update to give you guys. CJ is no longer going to be a part of Park Drive, and you know, nothing bad, nothing against CJ, but he's since joining Park Drive, he's failed to attend a lot of episodes. And when I say a lot of episodes, I mean quite a lot. I mean a lot. Like, I don't have a problem with people like who can't make episodes and stuff like that, but he has in a way really just taken the mick out of it, to be honest. Like,
he's been out of more episodes than he's been in, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he'll come into an episode and then he won't come in for like another like 2-3 weeks, then he'll come into an episode, and then the next episode after that he'll just won't come on or make up some excuse not to come on. And I'm also hearing mixed things. I'm hearing like from CJ that he still wants to do Park Drive. Then I'm having other people telling me that he's telling them that he finds it crap and boring, and he'd rather join other people. He's mostly on Fortnite.
He also hides it by period offline. That's how he
you know, and you know, like the thing is I'm not here to be made a muppet of. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to be made a muppet of.
Why is there an Irish flag?
Where?
I don't know. On
If
the
it-
on the church.
Oh, Ant put it there. But we need to put an English flag there as well. And
What
stuff.
English needs to be on the top?
But yeah, to the point is I'm hearing mixed reviews, and it's not that I really have anything against CJ, but I hate people
It's
who
annoying a lot of people.
I hate people who just badmouth me, kind of thing. Like, at the end of the day, like, he's not in it, like, and it doesn't really bother me. But at the
What
end
have
of
we
the,
told you about quartz?
like, the
It's
end
not
of
funny,
the,
it just annoys people.
the end of the day, it's a role play. Like, I don't see what's the like. If he doesn't want to do it, like the way I see it is I don't physically understand why he can't tell me that he doesn't want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Pussy.
do you know what I mean? Like for example, like let's take a look at Camo, for example. When Park Drive went bad, and we stopped doing it for a while, when we started doing it again, I asked Camo, I said, you know, I'm starting Park Drive again. Do you want to return as, you know, as your character? And, he didn't hide anything. He didn't make up some rumours that he wanted to do it when he didn't want to do it. He told me the truth that, look, I don't think I don't think I'll have time really to do it. And, you could tell truthfully that he didn't want to say that he'd be in it, and then kind of not make episodes, if you get what I mean. So he told me honestly that he wanted to do it. That was the same with Steve. I asked Steve, like, you coming back to Park Drive, and Steve honestly told me that he's quite busy nowadays. You know what I mean? And same, like, if Ant can't make an episode, like, if Ant gets busy with work, he'll say, like, oh, I won't be on for Park Drive as much, in a few weeks, because I'm going to be working more. And, you know what I mean, that's fair enough. But then people like CJ, like, joins me and says, oh, yeah, I'm up for Park Drive and up for doing this. And then I get other people joining saying that, oh, CJ's saying he can't be bothered to do it, and, he don't want to join, and, that... all of this, which, to be honest, like, I'd rather him just tell me, like, I'm not gonna bite his head off, or, I'm not gonna cry and fall out with him just because he don't want to be part of my video. Like, I didn't force him to do Park Drive in the first place. I just asked him if he wanted to do it. He said he wanted to do it, so I planned stuff for his character, thinking that he wanted to do it. You know what I mean?
That's another thing, isn't it?
So
Planning parts.
yeah, planning parts. Like, say for example, if he came in an episode today, he might arrest somebody, and then say next episode he might need to interview that person who he arrested. Then say he doesn't make that next episode, he doesn't interview that person, which then in a way kind of ruins the storyline, because who gets arrested but doesn't get interviewed? Do you know what I'm saying? And I know, like, in real life you'd have more than one police officer, but you know what I mean? Like, Park Drive's only a smallish show. You don't get loads of people. Do you know what I mean? And you can only fit up to 8 people in a game anyway. So you think, when there's like Ant for Derek, there's like Amir for doing Noreen's skin, then you've got, Ben for his skin, then you've got Pro for his skin. That's obviously... that's obviously taken up quite a few spaces in the world to be having. Alright, I think I had a warm drink ready. But I'll go for it in a minute. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm just giving you that update. Oh, hi. I like it, but I'd get rid of the fire. Just because sometimes if we're getting you can keep this bit, Ben.
Oh.
Just don't put the fire in it, because...
Or quartz. I will change your quartz.
It's not that, it's just that sometimes if we're getting rid of a building, then we sometimes, like, it's quicker to burn the roof, if you get what I mean. But then if there's, like, fire spreads on here, then it's going to obviously set... It's obviously going to set the...
Line. It's annoying me. Sort it out.
Yeah, you got to add another block here. first.
In fact, this needs to go one back. It was this side which was wrong
No,
then.
Oh,
no, it was gonna be because if I put the fire in there, like I was gonna.
that's it anyway,
Put
guys.
lava pouring down.
You could, but
They're not the same
it's
thickness
alright.
anyway.
What toys do you have today? Lol. That's always in the question now, isn't it, when he joins our streams? Well, you know, he could have been reviewing a new Buzz Lightyear toy. Now speaking of toys, there's that my friend Tom, the same Tom that goes to the wrestling training with Pro. He actually makes his own custom figures, and
No, it doesn't.
he does.
When's he started doing that?
He's been doing it for ages. You can follow him on Instagram, and
Which
anyway.
Instagram?
I think it's TSM Customs. So
No, that's
like,
not. Oh, that's a different Tom, not Tom Coombs.
no, I'm on about the
Okay.
Tom who goes to wrestling training with you.
Oh, that's alright then. I thought it was about Coombs.
No, no.
Yeah,
And anyway,
TSM.
more to the point, he made a figure like not too long ago, and if I believe it right, the actual like wrestler bought that figure.
Yeah. He
Like,
gave him a follow as well.
yeah, so say like for example, like this isn't exactly how it happened, but say like he made a figure of John Cena, it'd be like John Cena buying that figure of himself, but it was a different wrestler. What did
I
it?
think it was EC3.
So someone
Yeah,
like
it
that,
was EC3.
and then
He's
just
now with-
recently,
he's now signed to WWE.
yeah, and then just recently he made a girl figure, and someone bought it who was gonna see the actual girl figure and like the real girl wrestler and give it to her. So, you know, he's doing quite well for himself. But say if like a new wrestler gets, you know, say like a tattoo or cuts his hair or shaves his beard, like, you know, Tom himself would make the new figure like, you know, with the shaved beard or with the new tattoo, and then he'd obviously sell it online, or say like the wrestler changes his attire or something, you know, he'd make like the new jacket and stuff for it, and he does quite well. He gets quite a fair amount of cash for it, to be fair, which, you know,
He lives off of it.
yeah, to the point he lives off of it, which, you know, he must do quite well to be able to live off of it. But yeah, Jay's Toys reviews. I'm sure maybe if you, I don't know, connected with him, he might send you one of his figures to review. I don't know, maybe. You know,
It won't be free.
obviously
It's
not,
off the business.
but
He can give you, like,
never.
half price, most likely.
Yeah, like, you know, I'm just saying, never say never. Like, you know, if you did a
Depends on
review
Tom's
of,
mood as well, 'cause I've been at
yeah, I
Nick
mean,
recently.
it depends, like, you know, what he'd say. But I could always ask him if you wanted to give him a bit of a, you know, give it a bit of a review kind of thing. You know,
Makes
again,
the actual silicone as well.
yeah, he does quite good at it. But I always remember when went back when we used to be at school together. He had like three boxes full of wrestling figures. Like, not what he'd made, because he wasn't making them back then, but like, you know,
Well,
just
do you know
like,
Tom?
hey,
Do you know that, Tom?
yeah,
My training.
yeah.
How did you know it, Tom?
Well, to cut a long story short, he used to live in Goole, and in
He still does.
year 7, no, he lives in Drift now.
Oh, does definitely still lived in Goal?
No. Anyway, to cut the story short, he lived in Goole, and then like in year 7, his mum and his stepdad moved to a village just near Driffield. Like, well, it's to be precise, it's a village with only one house next to an airfield, and he pretty much used to bully me, like, you know, like take the piss out of me with another person, because this other person was kind of peer pressuring him into doing so. Because the first day, like when he came to our school, like he was all right and sound with me, and I showed him where we were going because he was in obviously one of my lessons, so he knew where the classroom was. And then he got talking to this other guy who had already sort of been bullying me, if you get what I mean. And then this guy kind of sort of started spreading him a load of rumours and lies, to make this person start bullying me. So in the end, when I finally told my parents about the bullying, all the people what had been bullying me had to make apology letters. And he was obviously one of the people to make an apology letter. And pretty much what went down is from there on we actually became best friends. Like really, really good close friends. Like every weekend there used to be a bus what came down from his village, brought him into our town, and then he used to hang out for the whole day, like playing video games, wrestling on the trampoline, going into town, chilling at the park, riding push bikes, and then I'd often go back on the bus with him, in the late afternoon. And then, spend the night at his house to do more, wrestling on the trampoline and, playing video games, watching movies till late. The usual stuff. And that's pretty much how I knew him. And then we kind of had a pretty big fallout. When I was in year 9, we had a pretty really big fallout, and it got all over social media, and I had a massive argument with his mum, called his mum a load of names, and then my mum got at his mum, and we got at each other, and it got too far out of hand. And then after then we never really properly got the friendship back to how it used to be, and then he moved back to Goole. And, but by then I'd already, I'd stopped liking wrestling. I'd gone on to different friends, I'd changed quite a bit. And he obviously moved away. And then we just kind of stayed in touch, over Facebook, kind of thing. And then he came back to Drift, but like I say, I don't really see him or speak to him like I used to do.
He works at home, doesn't he, sir?
But, like I say, he joins us the odd time for Fortnite, and I often occasionally just, inbox him on Facebook type thing. That's as far as it really goes, because obviously, like I say, my sort of, friendship kind of changed, if you get what I mean. He was more of the person to, watch, the full box set of a Family Guy, or watch the full box set of a South Park, or animate with his wrestling figures till late at night. Where back when I was just leaving school, I was more for riding my moped about and chilling about in town, and hanging with the lads and stuff like that. Getting up, chilling about in the park till late, going into town and, buying takeaways, going to house parties. Whereas, like I say, he was more for animating and watching movie box sets, and which wasn't really my thing, when I got to 16, 17. I was ready to get out there, really. House parties and things, and I'd obviously got into DJing quite a bit, so Well Martin Kid, what's going down in Chinatown, which speaking of DJing and music, I'm actually thinking about making a music video for Irish Whistle quite soon. And I've actually put a post out on my Facebook page giving 2 people the chance to be part of the music video. Which
Really?
I'm quite looking forward to it. It's got to be obviously it's mainly got to be people around my area, because I've got plans for this music video. I've got quite a lot of high plans for the Irish Whistle music video. If I'm completely honest, I know how this is gonna go. In terms of plans, I'm not sure yet. I've got an idea of someone who might be able to record it for us. It's gonna cost me, obviously, but I know. Well, I know two people what might be able to do it for me, and I know one person is possibly going to charge me, but I reckon the other person might be able to do me a deal, if not do it for free. I seen Derek and Noreen's show. What did you think? Personally, I thought it went well, Martin.
I'm not sure on the intro.
Yeah, the editing for me was a little bit, because pretty much when I finished and started editing, it was late at night. I'd gone into whisper mode, but I need to work on the editing a bit. So just forget about the intro, forget about the outro, forget about the cut to the advert break. Just let's just take it to the scenes of the Derek and Noreen show. I think they were personally alright. I've got an even better plan for next episode. I've got such a good plan for next episode that it's going to top episode 1. But it's going to be quite funny at the same time. Yeah.
Is these houses in Park Drive?
What's that? What are these?
Houses.
No, not as far as here. Pretty much when you go past the road here to this circle.
Is this Park Drive?
So up to here, where I'm putting this cobblestone, where I've put
So,
the.
Even in here's Park Drive, yeah?
Yeah, 'cause that's Jamie's house. That white one.
This one?
Yeah, this one's this one here is Jamie's.
Opposite.
Which one? Oh, this one. You'd have to ask Ant about this. Yeah, I know there's more to comedy than sex jokes, Martin.
Is that all you was doing? Sex jokes in Park Drive?
Not all the time. I mean, yeah, I mean, there was a good few in them. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong in them, but that was kind of because that was based on that episode. Do you know what I'm saying? That episode was more based about that, whereas the next episode is going to be based on something different. If you get what I mean.
Next episode based off? Can you give us a teaser?
Well, all I'm going to say is it's to do with something that we've said in Park Drive before, but I'm using it to a little bit more of I'm using it to a little bit more of an advantage, and I'm gonna make it kind of stressful for one of the characters, but I'm gonna make it in a funny way as well. All the jokes were about sex. It got annoying. That's all. Yeah, that's just because what episode 1 was based about, really. To be honest, like I say, episode 2 is going to be about something different. But the whole series, I will admit to you guys, is going to kind of be also finding out whether Steve Woods is gay or not. If you get what I mean. So that's going to kind of be the question. Noreen's going to keep digging throughout the series that the fact that he's not had a girlfriend yet, and he's never done it.
He's a virgin.
Yeah, kind of thing. That's going to be the dig of the series, and then towards the end of the series, the end of season 1, we will find out whether Steve Woods is gay or not, if you get what I mean. And then the future seasons obviously will reflect on, him being gay or him being straight, if that makes sense. Which right now, me and Ant know whether he's going to be gay or whether he's going to be straight. But you guys will obviously have to find out. But that's kind of the main sort of mystery to solve in the series. But then it's still going to have its different. So so don't worry. Not every episode is going to be obviously sex jokes, but PD Community Centre. That's not a bad idea. So yeah, not all jokes will be about sex, but Noreen will just keep making them sort of digging hints,
That is gay.
Yeah, that, you know, like thinking that
Like that.
that he's gonna be
Like
gay,
he
and then
thinks. Like,
yeah, and then Steve will be like, for God's sake, Nori, not this again, type thing. But you know, I've got my plans.
He's
I
a
mean,
Rory to Pat Drive.
yeah, kind of in a way, but you know, I'm obviously gonna be. It's obviously gonna be gay. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be talking about it. It's just something. It's just something for the show, Martin. Like, you know. But like I say, like, you know, not all jokes will be obviously, you know, sex jokes. But like I say, it's the first time I've ever really done a comedy show, so it was kind of hard to think of things to say. And to be honest, like, I wasn't going to do a sex joke in the second scene, but then Derek said about having his dick stuck in the zip.
yeah.
So I kind of, like, in a way went along with it. But I wanted the end scene to happen, you know, where, they're in the armchair, like that was all a plan. And so was the one about the vicar, saying that Jesus had cheated on him. But I've got a plan with that. I've got a really, really good plan with that like story, I guess you can say. It's
In the armchair, Noreen.
because I know exactly what you guys are thinking, like with that storyline, and like that's the thing. Like, I know what you guys are thinking, but the plan for it is not going to be something that you guys would have thought about, if that makes sense. Like, you know, because he's a vicar, and because what he was saying about Jesus cheating on him, but the outcome isn't going to be what you guys would think. So I've got stuff to come with it anyway. I've got stuff, you know, I've got stuff to plan. But we're just going to see where it goes, really. You know, give it a try. That type of thing, which is quite good. But yeah, going back to it, I'm thinking about making an Irish Whistle music video, and I've given some people, well, I've put a post up on my Facebook page, giving people the chance to, two people the chance to be part of it. And like I say, I've got two people who I think would film for me. You should make a PD community centre. I might give it a little think. So, but anyway, back to the music video. I think I've got two people, but I've got a plan for the music video itself. Now, my initial plan for it is my initial plan is there's going to be two people in my studio shed who are kind of trying to make a song, but it's failing. Like, you know, they're kind of struggling with it pretty much, like how to make this song. And I'm obviously part of this as well. So like I'm gonna be like, I've got it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go away, and then I'm gonna come back. But when I come back, I'm gonna have an Irish whistle in my hand. And pretty much I'll go to one of them. Right, no more messing about this time. You drop that beat, you play that whistle, and then obviously the Irish whistle song will start. So the person who's going to be playing the Irish whistle won't physically be playing the Irish whistle itself, because it'll be the Irish whistle tune, like, obviously for the song. But it'll be made to look, like he's playing the Irish whistle, and then I'm gonna like plug the mic in, turn up the sound on the speakers, and then I'm gonna MC to Irish whistle. But when the video gets edited, you're not gonna hear me MCing to Irish whistle, because I'll put the studio version over the top of that. Because if I use the same song, I'm MCing for the same amount of time as the actual studio track, so it won't sound off. But then at the same time, you'll still get me like holding the mic, and you know, well, we all know how it works. You lip sync. Yeah. That's you know. Yeah, you are.
Speakers, you have the studio track on.
Huh?
With the speakers in the studio, you'll have the real track playing. The studio
Yeah.
track on.
Yeah, I'll have like the real backing track for the Irish Whistle, and then like I'll MC to Irish Whistle like there and then, you know. So it's kind of like I'm obviously moving my lips, like Martin said, and then like I'll just put the studio track on. But then at the same
Making
time,
so much work than it needs to be.
the people who are there like starring in the video obviously get to hear Irish Whistle as well, if you get what I mean. But I think it'd be quite cool though, like, you know, like the story based behind like me, two other people like trying to make a song and it fails, and then I go away and get an Irish Whistle, and then he obviously starts playing it, and then another person drops the beat. Which it would be good in a way if I could get like hold of a pair of DJ decks, like for the purpose of that video. So like when he's dropping the beat, it's kind of like he's mixing the beat, and then the person's playing the Irish Whistle over it, but. It depends if I can get a pair of decks in time, which I do want a pair of decks, like for future references. But you know, they're not cheap, and to be honest, like if you're getting something like that, you want to get it good, you want to get it right. Do you know what I mean? Like for example, like, do you know what I mean? Like, for example, like, you can get these little Hercules DJ controllers. You know, they're quite good, they're quite sound, but they're like 300 quid. So when you're paying like 300 quid, like, you kind of start thinking, like, you may as well just put another 200 quid towards getting, like, a pair of Pioneers. Do you know what I'm saying? Which are like, you know, like a proper good make, and, you know, you get Serato DJ with them. Do you know what I mean? Like... You just kind of think like, you know, like when you're talking that amount of money, you may as well just, you know, add an extra 200 on and get the, you know, get the proper Pioneer, and it's right from the start. I swear by Pioneer. They're a good company. I mean, I would love a pair of CDJs, don't get me wrong, but for them you're talking like nearly £2,000. Well, you're talking like £1,000 just for one CDJ. Like, that's without the mixer, that's without the other CDJ, and that's without your Serato DJ program. So, like, you can easily spend nearly £3,000 just on getting the DJ set up itself. So, like, if you were like someone who didn't have speakers and stuff like that, and disco lights, you're going into a lot of cash. But, you know... But saying that, if you are starting to DJ, you do want to get a cheap controller to start with, you know, to get practicing.
What type of disco lights have you got, Ash?
Huh?
What type of disco lights have you got?
Me, I got these £25 ones on eBay. I can't remember what they were called. I don't think they had a Pacific make, but... They're good. They're really good. They come with a remote and you can change the pattern, and... I mean, they're alright, but again, you can spend up to like 500 quid plus more on like DJ disco lights if you get them. If you get them ones with the moving heads, and, you know, like the big like laser lights, and
Yeah, they cost about £250 for like
yeah, you can get
3-4
them
heads.
ones what display patterns on the floor as well. So like you can get your DJ name, and then it'll like shine on the floor, and it'll say like DJ Noble, or do you know what I mean? You can even get disco lights what are built in smoke machines as well, so like it'll flash for so long, and then every so often it'll release a bit of smoke, and then it'll like flash again. You know? And I'm just gonna go and get my warm drink.
It'll be a cold drink now.
Hot drink, not warm
I'm
drink.
just coming now. I was in the middle of doing something.
No, if you went for ages, warm drinks, it'll be cold by now.
Yeah, sure, that's been sat there for ages.
I thought I said it'd be a warm drink, not a hot drink.
Alright, yes, we're back.
How's your cold drink?
Well, yeah, it's not cold now. It's
Right, hold me.
well, it's lukewarm. I don't mind them cold anyway, like,
Bring it, Ash.
huh?
You just said that to cover up price, aren't you?
No, I don't mind a cold
Oh,
cup.
yeah.
I don't mind a cold cup of tea. Like, it don't particularly bother me that much.
Anyway, it's Ben here from the NTV Gold. You know that kid?
Is it? Oh yeah, it is as well. Hello. Ben's live as well. So yeah, the weekend was
Added
a...
stuff to the mini arena, by the way.
Oh, I'll
I don't
tell
know
you.
whether you can show. Oh, I don't know whether you could show off or not.
Yeah, I can show it. It don't... You know, we are going to use it in a part drive though, guys, don't. But, you know, nothing that much to...
Do you like the
You love
stuff
this arena, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my.
Yeah, I do. It's good as that. Yeah, the weekend was quite a rough weekend for me
Why is wrestling everywhere? Wrestling everywhere I go.
because
The rest is sick.
you dream about John Cena at night.
Dreams of John Cena topless dancing in his bed,
No, that's Demi who he dreams of doing that.
Aw, shut up.
and then we dreams of Ben doing it.
Yeah. No, it's a pretty rough weekend at the weekend, guys.
How come?
Not gonna lie. And what I mean by that is alcohol wise. Yeah, I'm just gonna invite him now. So pretty much, it was kind of my own fault. So I obviously went to the pub to meet my mates, as you guys know, and pretty
Met
much
that girl, fucked her.
no. Pretty much, there's two rooms in the pub. So there's like a main room, and then there's like a back room with a dartboard. And pretty much, the back room with a dartboard, you've got to go through two sets of doors to get to the back room. You've got to go through two sets of doors. Now you can get served in the back room for drinks, but it's very slow service, so you're more or less like better off going through to the main room in the pub. And my mate said, you put some cash together, I'll put some cash together, we'll get these sour shots. So we decided to do so, and you get free for so much. So there was two for him and one for me. And I went to get them for him, and pretty much when I was coming back with them, I couldn't open the door. So I had to drink one. I had to drink one, so I'd open the door, because these shots were like, they were pretty full, like, full glasses type thing. So I had to drink one to open the door. So I get back into the private room, and he's not there. I can't see him anywhere, and a couple of minutes have passed, and he's not come back yet. So I decided to have another one of the shots, because I didn't want to see him go to waste. So I ended up drinking two shots, and then he ends up coming back in, and there was meant to be two for me, you owe me. So I owed him, and instead of getting another couple of shots, he said, why don't we both get some blue gin instead? And these blue gins come in, in like a massive, like big like wine glass. So I decided to go ahead with it, and bearing in mind as well as these shots, I'd already had 2 pints. So I decided to go ahead and have this blue gin. Well, I'm not kidding you. It must have finished me off. Like, it honestly must have done something to me. And then obviously I had another couple of pints, and some Jaeger bombs after that. And in the end, it just completely, it did. Yeah, it did me in really, like. And I think Ben knows that more than everyone.
Yeah, I do.
Because
I think you already know the story. Me and you
yeah.
had very different times with you and alcohol.
Yeah, we do definitely. So yeah.
I'm Noreen, and I want you to know, Ben, that I would shag Noreen any day of the week.
And I'll be on for part. Huh?
Suck your dick.
Huh?
No, that didn't happen.
What about that time when you asked Ben to suck your dick?
Oh wow.
No, that was it. No.
No, that was just part of video purpose. No, that was just part of video purpose.
He edited that out.
Nathan's ice cream shop. Dylan.
Ash,
Nathan,
does
Nathan,
this LED look alright?
Nathan's got the chippy, so does this
Oh
what?
yeah. I can't freaking do
What's this?
ice
Another
cream
tier?
shops.
Do these LEDs
And yeah, they're good, but
feel like I'm running?
is this another tier or something?
Nah, it's just gonna be where like electronic messages will go around.
Oh yeah, I get you. I'm with you. Like electronic sponsors and
Yeah.
things. Yeah. Pretty good
What's
idea. In his little arena thing that he was doing.
How long have we spent on this now? Like an hour.
I don't know. I've been streaming for 45 minutes. Dave Dale. Dave Dale. Why does that name ring a bell? He commented on my Facebook
rhymes?
page. No, like as in the name Dave Dale.
Fuck Dave Dale. Whoever he is.
And oh no, it's alright, I'm thinking of someone else. I used to go to college with someone called Dale, but Dale was his first name.
Hello, welcome to the Derek and
Jeez.
Noreen Show!
Gee, speaking of that, I've not spoken to that Dale since college.
Hello,
I
welcome
can't
to
even remember his
Derek
last
and
name.
Noreen Show!
What was his last name now? Jesus
Winton.
Christ. No, it weren't Winton, no.
Hello.
Oh, never mind, Ash.
And no sending
Oh,
me
wow.
no more images.
What?
I said no sending me no more images of a guy swearing at me like a douchebag.
Wow. That's,
Why?
I swear this guy... I know this Dave Dale is now anyway. So pretty much on Saturday, guys, I was gonna do a live MC show in my shed on Saturday night, and pretty much I went down into the shed like on the Saturday afternoon, and I was like, you know, I was doing like sound, like I went live and I was doing sound testing and, you know, finding a good place to pop the camera up. And stuff like that. Now, bearing in mind, I don't get internet in the shed, so what I have to do is connect my iPad to my phone hotspot when I've got mobile data, and that's what I was doing to, like, you know, to get, like, you know, make sure everything was going, let people know I was going live, and I was meant to go live at night, on the night, you know, about 7 o'clock in there. I was meant to do, like, a live session. And pretty much what went down is my phone was playing up for data and it wasn't loading properly, so I had to stop it. So when I went to the pub on Saturday night, two people who were going to watch the show, you know, when I went live, happened to be in the pub, and now ever since then they think that I ditched doing the show because I wanted to get pissed instead. So now, like, every time they comment, like if I do something, like they always comment. Like, for example, this post about the music video, he's put, "Don't change your mind and go out and get pissed like you did on Saturday night." And it's starting to get quite annoying now because that's, you know, I clearly had data issue, but they think I'd just rather go to the pub. Considering I was going to start the live show at 7 and I didn't go out of the pub till 10 o'clock, so I don't see why. Like, if I'd have rather have wanted to go to the pub, I would have gone to the pub at 7. If you get what I mean. But that wasn't the case because I actually went to visit family, but you know, and I got a printer out of it, and I'm getting an MC Noble mug made. All thanks to the wonderful stepmom.
There's already an MC Noble mug. He's in the party.
She's a craft maker, if you didn't know. So she makes, like, you know, t-shirts with things on, makes like cards, you know, like Christmas boxes, Halloween boxes, you know, when it's like Christmas and Halloween, you know, makes homemade craft stuff. You know, puts like things onto mugs, you know, like cups. So she's doing an MC Noble thing for me, you know, printing a vinyl off and, you know, sticking it on, which is all fine and dandy. I'm still thinking who this Dale is, who I went to college with, what his last name was. Dale Thomas. That was it. Dale Thomas. I know
Yeah,
now.
we're gonna go spend all that money, aren't we, Ellie?
Lol. Yeah, it was Dale Thomas. It was Dale Thomas. And I've also found another song, guys, that I spent like years looking for. Well, I wouldn't say like spent years looking for it, but I've always kind of wondered what it was. It was a Clubland song that used to come on Clubland TV, and it had like loads of cartoon characters dancing. You know, what kind of looked like characters from Pokemon. And they were like dancing, and they were on this like dance floor what changed like multicolours, but I could never remember what the song was. And I was listening through songs today, and it got recommended, and I ended up like finding out what it was. And back to the point, like I now obviously know what it is. And I also found another song that I wasn't particularly at first looking for, but like ended up coming across it. So I've now found two Clubland songs, and I have a good feeling that Ant will know what they are. Like he'll have heard them before. But yeah, one of them was more like the first one I saw, which wasn't the one I'd been looking for, was one that I'd just forgotten about, which in my opinion is a better song, and I actually like it more. But then the song that I was actually looking for, you know, I just, like I say, it got recommended, and this is it anyway. It's got like loads of cartoon character girls dancing.
I know what song that is.
It used to come on Clubland TV when I was a kid.
Yeah, and they're bouncing up and down, aren't they, Ash?
Yeah, and there's like white stars next to them, and the floor's changing colour.
Yeah.
I love finding a song.
My cousin's daughters, they absolutely love this song.
I knew you'd know it, Ant.
Hold on a minute. But I'm gonna go make my tea now. I'll be black in about 2 seconds.
With chamomile dancing. Have you not heard it before, Ben? That was the one I'd kind of in a way been looking for. What got recommended, and then this is the one that I actually just completely forgot about and had no clue. Like I completely forgot it was even a song, and then like I remembered it, like, you know, when it obviously like it got recommended as well, and I just happened to click on it. Like, how could I have forgotten about this? Like, these were the back in the tune days. Jesus. You should make an advertisement to Nathan's Chippy. Yeah, I might do actually. You'd be up for that one, would Ben, I should think. You're the object of my desire. Right there, another higher object of my desire. Do you really turn me on? What a tune though. Alright, I'm leaving the stream.